Hi, how is your day going on?
The day is quite well and it's
Hmm.
boiling hot. So
Again, still the same.
I'm waiting for the day to end
Yeah.
because uh, you know that it is a really hot day,
Mhm.
and so I just want to pass it anyway.
I mean, it would be the best option to just let the day go, just let it end so that
Yeah.
at night we can have some relaxation, some cold air. Right?
Yes.
Understandable. Great.
Before starting this video, if you want to download this amazing application Ace Fluency, I will provide the link in the description. Go and download it from my link and use my promo code INDROJIT10 to get 10% extra discount. Don't forget to use my promo code INDROJIT10 to get 10% extra discount. Enjoy your English speaking.
So, in the previous one, we were discussing about technology, right? So, I'd like to
Yeah.
continue the conversation, and herein, I'd like to ask you your opinion, your ideas, your inputs on how do you feel technology has changed since you were a kid and the kids that are now. How has technology affected them? How has it influenced them?
Yes. Technology in 2023 has become like a pillar of the industry,
Hmm.
and to spread to the millions of audience to sell their product, because
Hmm.
nowadays a lot of people are like very tend to do social media or to grow social media, as well as they just use this tool to become popular, to become famous, and even and uh, being famous, it will be like they will be rich.
Hmm.
So they want, it is a great way to spread your thoughts, inputs, whatever you have to the like a chunk of audience that they are like sometimes after a few times they will be the idol of
Hmm.
them, and they will follow you,
Right,
follow your steps, follow your
right.
talks, whatever you have shared or whatever you have input or whatever you have vision, they will like follow you because
Hmm.
they believe that uh, whatever like whatever you are creating, or it will be really helpful for them, or it will
Right,
be valuable for them, because
right.
you as a creator uh, build the trust and build the
Yes.
connection.
Hmm.
So it is a great tool, I think, to become more popular and also to become famous, and also apart from that to spread your knowledge,
Right.
because whatever you know, whatever you have talent, if you want to show it to social media using this technology, like you will be highly valued. Otherwise, in the past, we know the some artists, but those are not so famous because they are doing their work silently, and that is seen a very little amount of people.
Hmm. Very true. I mean,
So
being an influencer, being a person who is influencing people in terms of knowledge, fashion, industries, business, whatever it may be. All kinds of people are present on YouTube, correct? Be from the industry of automobile to YouTube, everyone is present on YouTube. As you mentioned, it is really important for the creators, the content creators who are
yes,
present on social media to provide information which is relevant, right?
that's true.
So that, because as you mentioned, very true, that people follow your footsteps, they trust you, they want to learn from you. That's why they believe everything that you say, right? So it's an
Yeah,
obligation, it's your duty as a content creator to come up with things that that your audience is requesting you, maybe that they are wanting to get from you, or provide them information which
yeah,
is easier for them to interpret, to understand, to show them the path of what they are trying to achieve. to get there. Right. And technology has definitely been a really important part. I would say it has been a catalyst in the process. It speeds up the process of becoming
Yeah,
knowledgeable.
that's
Right.
yes, sir.
Very true. That is what I feel technology is helping nowadays. And what do you feel about influencers who are into marketing, online marketing, who are having deals, who are having brand deals, things like those? Do you think the way they present themselves or the product that they are marketing affects in any way to the people who are watching it?
In my opinion, yes, that affects a lot because suppose we see a lot of big creators or sportsmen or actor or actress like
Mm-hmm.
are marketing such product. So we are
Right.
very tend to buy it or use it.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes the responsibility. The the more you are the more popular you are, the more the like bigger you are. You have to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that the product is really valuable for the audience, the like general people, because you are the influencer. You can
Correct.
do or whatever you have followed or whatever you have showed, they blindly follow you, right?
Correct.
So there is a big responsibility to take. Yeah, there is of course like endorsement of, because you are influencer, so you can do that. It is free to do that because after all, you support yourself by
Correct.
doing
Very
this,
true.
right? So that's
Yes.
why it is necessary. I don't say that it is like wrong thing you are doing. No, it's okay. But you have to take care of your audience. You have to take care of your people who love you, who support you, and
Support.
who
Follow.
support you such that so that you have that achieve that goal or you have achieved that position, that powerful position.
Very
So don't do just an endorsement by doing such illegal or like
true.
harmful thing, harmful advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Do productive, be productive because after all, millions of people will love you, follow you, right? So you have to take that responsibility.
Very true.
And
Very true.
also the people are much more
There's a network issue,
by
Indrajit.
this kind of activities. This as the influencer.
Um,
Hello, sir.
hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
Am I
Hello,
audible?
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Network is really hampering the conversation that we're having.
Yeah, exactly. The flow
Yeah, network is bad today. I think we
is
chose the
very bad.
wrong day.
Maybe. Yeah, after I think that after 2 or 3 days it will be fine.
Hmm. Weather conditions will be much more favorable for us in terms of network, so that we can have
Hmm.
conversations like this much more easier rather than the pauses that we are having because of network issues. But great. Chalo, finally, we'll talk about the main topic, the channel which is based
Yeah.
on it, English.
Hmm.
So, what all things do you suggest to English learners who are very like, elementary or beginner? What do you suggest them to do?
Yes, I can suggest them. Those are very beginner or those are just try to learn this language. Don't be afraid of speaking English and don't be
Mhm.
afraid of that what will people think about you, what will people
Right,
say about you, because if you think that, then what will they think about you?
right. I mean, that is one of the biggest things that stops people from having conversation in English in the very first place. That is,
Ab-
hmm,
Absolutely, sir, absolutely.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of students telling me that this is an issue that they are facing. Like whenever they are having conversation with any stranger, with a person who they are meeting for the very first time, they are like completely blank. Why is that? Because of the anxiety and nervousness you get because of the fear of judgment that you have. You feel
Mm,
that the person in
absolutely.
front of you is going to say something. Maybe your image won't be as good as it is before you spoke in English with them, right? And this is a natural thing. We are all humans. We are all conscious about the things that we want to preserve, like image in front of, people that are out there, because it's a business
Mm,
language. We want to deal with them in that way. So, what better alternative can you have is get a friend, get a colleague, get a practice partner, get a practice buddy with whom you can conversate in English. There are multiple platforms present out there who can, or
mm,
organizations who can give you that environment, that surrounding, wherein you can have conversations with people who are actually good in English, right? It's
that's
not
true. That's
just about having conversations. You should get feedback too.
yeah.
Why feedback is important now? That's a question that people might ask. Like, why do we need to have feedback? We can just practice it. The reason behind getting feedback is unless you're able to know the areas which you have to improve in, there's no improvement.
Mm,
Practice does not make you perfect. Perfect practice makes you perfect. And for having a
that's
perfect practice, you have to know your flaws, the areas that you're
uh,
weaker in.
yes, sir.
I mean, if someone is able to do that themselves, then it's amazing. That's great. Good for them. But if not, then try finding someone who can help you with that, because it's a learning process. We have to learn it the way it is meant to be, right?
Absolutely.
So this is a thing that they can do to start off their English language journey, to remove the fear of being, scared, nervous, anxious when they're having conversations with people. A very simple example of that would be like, if I tell you to have a conversation with a stranger in your native language, you'll be able to
Mm,
do it pretty easily without any errors or issues, without any fear, right?
yeah.
Why? Because you have
That's
been speaking in your native language for a very long time. The practice that you have done, the time that you have surrounded yourself with your native language is very long. Since your childhood, you have been speaking and listening to that language and having conversations with people. So take that as the time that you spend in practicing your native language. If you give even half of it for English, it will be much more easier for you to understand, much more easier for you to communicate. It's just that in
yeah.
India, I would say we don't have that sufficient environment, or that environment where we can practice English sufficiently. So that's why we come up with
True.
organizations. We see so many organizations booming in this industry of edtech so that they can
Yeah.
have or teach people or help them grow. And this is something I
Absolutely.
do because I love. And you also do this because you have that love for that language, right?
Yes.
So there
I
are
just
people out there
I'm
like this.
crazy for learning language,
Yeah, that's
especially
great.
English.
That's great. That's great. It's good to know that. I mean, people will really follow the tips and advice that you provide. Having conversations with different people, gathering their ideas, their information, and
Absolutely.
presenting to the audience that is out there in India. It'll be
That's
really
true. That's
helpful for them, because some people might give information which is suitable or understandable for a particular group, while others might give to the ones that are, apart from that group. So it's good
yes.
having conversations with different people, understanding their insights, their perception, their perspective, their view of language, their practices, their tips, their tricks, their advices. So it's always good to have those. The more you have, the more you listen, the more you understand, and the better you start your process, the effective it gets as time goes on. Right?
Yes.
Great. Any other things that you'd like to ask Indrajit? Any questions like this?
I have no a lot of questions in the next class.
A lot of questions in the next class. Well,
And
I'll be
yeah,
happy to
actually,
answer those.
Yeah, definitely. Because I will gather some, especially ask you,
Well,
so that
I'll be
so that
happy.
we can get a fruitful conversation. Yeah,
Sure. Definitely waiting for it. Crossing my fingers that we don't have network issues
yeah.
the next time we have
Next
this
time, yeah.
conversation. Sure.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
So, chalo Indrajit, I'll see you in the next one then.
Okay, sir.
Take care of yourself. Keep on
Yeah.
practicing. Have a
You
good day.
too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Have
Bye
a
bye.
good day, Indrajit. Bye bye.